Lost in the Night. Part 1. The Midnight Wanderer. In the heart of a bustling city, where the neon lights painted the streets with vibrant hues of red and blue, there lived a young woman named Emily. She was a wanderer by nature, drawn to the quiet corners and hidden alleyways that whispered of secrets untold. On this particular night, Emily found herself lost in the labyrinth of the city, her footsteps echoing against the cold pavement as she roamed the deserted streets. The moon hung low in the sky, casting long shadows that danced around her like specters in the night. Wrapped in the cloak of darkness, Emily felt a sense of freedom that she rarely found in the light of day. With each step she took, she shed the constraints of society, letting her spirit roam free beneath the canopy of stars. But beneath her facade of confidence lay a heart heavy with sorrow, a soul burdened by the weight of expectations left unfulfilled. She had spent her days chasing dreams that always seemed to slip through her fingers, her aspirations lost amidst the chaos of the world around her. As Emily wandered deeper into the night, she found herself drawn to a narrow alleyway bathed in the soft glow of a flickering street lamp. The air was heavy with the scent of rain, mingling with the distant hum of traffic in the distance. With a sense of trepidation tinged with curiosity, Emily ventured further into the alley, her senses alert to the slightest sound or movement. She could feel the weight of the city pressing in on her from all sides, a silent witness to her midnight reverie. But just as she was about to turn back and retrace her steps, a faint sound caught her attention, a melody so hauntingly beautiful that it seemed to transcend the boundaries of time and space. Drawn by its siren call, Emily followed the sound to its source, her heart pounding with anticipation. And there, amidst the shadows and the silence, she found him. A lone figure stood at the end of the alley, his back turned to her as he played a melancholy tune on a weathered violin. His music hung in the air like a delicate thread, weaving its way into the fabric of the night with an ethereal grace. Mesmerized by the beauty of his melody, Emily approached the mysterious stranger with cautious steps, her eyes fixed on his bowed form. She could sense the pain and longing that infused his music, the echoes of a lifetime of struggles and triumphs. And as she stood beside him in the stillness of the night, Emily felt a connection stir deep within her soul, a bond forged in the shared language of music and emotion. For in that moment, she knew that she was not alone in her journey, that somewhere in the darkness, there was another lost soul searching for meaning amidst the chaos of the world. Part 2. Echoes of Melancholy. As Emily stood beside the mysterious violinist in the depths of the alley, she felt an inexplicable sense of kinship with him. His music spoke to her in ways that words never could, resonating with the hidden depths of her own heart. With each haunting note that filled the air, Emily felt the barriers around her soul begin to crumble, the walls of her defenses weakening in the face of such raw emotion. She could sense the weight of his sorrow, the echoes of his struggles mirrored in her own inner turmoil. Lost in the symphony of the night, Emily closed her eyes and allowed herself to be swept away by the currents of melody and memory. Images flashed before her mind's eye, fragments of a past she had long since buried beneath the facade of indifference. She saw herself as a child, running through fields of golden wheat beneath a sky ablaze with the colors of sunset. She heard the laughter of her youth, the carefree days spent chasing dreams that seemed within reach. But alongside the memories of joy, there were shadows lurking in the corners of her mind, whispers of doubt and fear that threatened to engulf her fragile sense of self. She saw the faces of those who had doubted her, who had told her she would never amount to anything more than a dreamer lost in the night. And yet, despite the darkness that threatened to consume her, Emily found solace in the music that surrounded her, in the company of a stranger whose soul bore the same scars as her own. For in that moment, they were bound together by the threads of fate, two lost souls adrift in the vast expanse of the universe. As the last notes of the violin faded into the night, Emily opened her eyes to find the mysterious musician watching her with a knowing gaze. There was a silent understanding between them, a recognition of the pain and longing that lay hidden beneath the surface of their shared existence. And in that moment, Emily knew that she had found a kindred spirit, a companion to walk beside her on the winding road of life. With a silent nod of gratitude, she turned and began to make her way back into the heart of the city, the echoes of the violinist's music still reverberating in her soul. For though she may have been lost in the night, Emily knew that she was not alone, that somewhere out there in the darkness, there was someone who understood her in ways that no words ever could. Part 3: A New Dawn. In the days that followed her encounter with the mysterious violinist, Emily found herself haunted by memories of their fleeting connection. The haunting melody lingered in her mind, a constant reminder of the bond they had shared in the depths of the night. Driven by an inexplicable longing, Emily returned to the alleyway night after night, hoping to catch another glimpse of the enigmatic musician who had captured her heart. But try as she might, he remained elusive, a ghostly figure drifting through the shadows of her dreams. Frustrated and longing for answers, Emily turned to the streets once more, her footsteps carrying her through the winding maze of the city in search of solace and understanding. And as she roamed the familiar streets, she found herself drawn to the places where she and the violinist had shared their silent symphony. But try as she might, Emily could not shake the feeling of emptiness that gnawed at her soul, the sense of longing that lingered in the air like a ghostly echo. She longed to find the violinist once more, to unravel the mysteries that bound them together in the darkness. And then, just when she had almost given up hope, fate intervened in the most unexpected of ways. As Emily rounded a familiar corner one night, she stumbled upon a crowd gathered in the alleyway where she had first encountered the mysterious musician. Curiosity piqued, she pushed her way through the throng, her heart pounding with anticipation. And there, at the center of the crowd, stood the violinist, his eyes closed in concentration as he poured his heart and soul into the music that filled the air. His melody was more beautiful than ever, a symphony of longing and loss that spoke to the depths of Emily's soul. With tears streaming down her cheeks, Emily approached the musician with trembling hands, her heart laid bare before him. And as he opened his eyes and met her gaze, she saw a spark of recognition flicker in the depths of his soul. For in that moment, they knew that they were no longer lost in the night, but found in each other's embrace. With a silent understanding, they joined hands and let their music carry them away on a journey of healing and hope. And as the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, Emily knew that she had finally found her place in the world, by the side of the one who had shown her that even in the darkest of nights, there was always a glimmer of light to guide her way. Summary. Lost in the Night unfolds the tale of Emily, a wanderer adrift in the city's depths, who stumbles upon a mysterious violinist in a deserted alley. Part 1 introduces Emily's aimless journey and her discovery of the musician's haunting melody. In Part 2, Emily is drawn back to the alleyway, seeking solace and connection, only to find herself entangled in memories and longing. Finally, in Part 3, Emily's persistence leads her to a serendipitous reunion with the violinist, where they find solace and understanding in each other's music, transcending their shared loneliness. Ultimately, Lost in the Night portrays a journey of self-discovery and connection amidst the shadows of the city, where the echoes of the night lead to the dawn of newfound hope and companionship.